even though your oldest are the boys, do you feel like you're harder on the oldest, regardless of their gender?
Yeah, because I feel like you kind of expect them to know better in a sense. I think that's why the older child, usually people are harder on the older child. You kind of want them to lead by example for the younger child. You want to teach them how to protect as well. Even if it's a girl that's the oldest. Like me and you got the same dynamic. I think you got two older sisters, right?
Yeah.
I grew up in a house with two older sisters. So you still want them to be able to protect and teach them to lead by example because parents not always gonna be around. You want to be able to lead, like at least instill some type of discipline and something like that in the older child to pass it back down and make sure that the younger siblings are in line. So and that would be my take on that because I feel like our dynamic was, of course we got the same dynamic as far as two girls and then a son, but everything would probably be the same in that case.
Mm-hmm.
The way your big sister was moving probably was the same as how my big sister was moving. I don't know.
Because what I don't like about the whole hierarchy is we grown now.
Mhm.
We all in our 30s. But my dad still depends on my sister to do everything where it's like, you got two other kids where we can do these things as well. Like, you don't have to go to my sister.
We could divvy this up.
We could divvy it up. And even though we tell him that, he still just directs all of the hard stuff towards my sister.
Your older sister?
My oldest one, yeah. It's my oldest one where it's just like, she's like, damn, I got my own kids and stuff. I got a husband. I got stuff to worry about. Travens don't got nobody out there. I can talk to Traven and stuff like that. And I express that to my dad. But he subconsciously still delegates most of the work to my sister. And I just never understood that. That's why I said I don't have kids of my own. That's why I'm trying to figure it out because the older I get, the more I realize, damn, my sister had a lot on her plate for a long time. And until she I would say she broke down, but it was 4 or 5 years ago, she kind of was just like, yo, I need y'all to do some stuff. Like, I can't do it all.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I realized, damn, first I didn't know that these things were issues that had to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know, how can I help you? How can I assist you?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my dad that, but he has some type of fixation with the oldest kid in a way. Where
I wouldn't call it a fixation, but just to go back off what we said, we know our kids, okay? And even though we're older, certain personalities are still within. Even though you're an adult, we in our 30s, and a lot of times as parents, we're trying to see our child show us that we can throw this burden on them, and it's kind of like that with my older sister as well. In a sense, she got a husband, family, and stuff, and sometimes it be pissing me off because sometimes I be feeling like, dang, I ain't even know that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the outside, and why ain't nobody telling me this?